You're watching Good Day Siouxland with Nick Wilson and meteorologist Ethan Foreman. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Well, good morning. It's 6:45 on this Tuesday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And how's it looking out there?
Well, today is not looking quite as nice as yesterday, but not quite as dicey as we'll see for the second half of this week. So enjoy it. And looking at our Ho-Chunk Center camera now, sponsored by the Port Neal Welding Company. We're about 45 minutes away from that sunrise here, and not going to see a whole lot of sunshine today, unfortunately. You could see on our satellite and radar we had some snow showers develop earlier in the night, even parts of Woodbury and Ida counties right now seeing a little bit of snow activity at this time, and we'll continue to monitor that throughout the day. We also have a chance at a few rain showers or even a thunderstorm this afternoon as we see mostly cloudy conditions, maybe partly cloudy at times, as we see those highs getting close to 50, but it doesn't last long. We do see some winter weather come our way briefly Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then more winter or more spring-like rather as we head into next week. Those details are in your full forecast.
Well, the family of a missing Sac County, Iowa man is still looking for answers nearly 3 months into the search.
Somebody knows something, and I don't know why. Nobody can figure out what happened to him.
Law enforcement hope a big boost in the reward money will help lead to some answers in their search for David Schultz. The reward for information leading to his location or to an arrest and conviction in the case is now up to $27,800. If you have any info related to the case, you can reach out to the Sac County Sheriff's Office at 712-662-7127. Well, over in Nebraska, Governor Jim Pillen is reversing course on his decision for the state to not participate in the federal government's Summer Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. At a press conference yesterday, Pillen said his administration will apply for $18 million in federal EBT funds. The program would give qualified recipients $40 in grocery money a month for 3 months. It would also include touch points intended to verify the health and safety of participating children as the summer goes on. Some of the other features include educational outreach to help families know what kinds of nutritious foods can be purchased with the cards. And in Iowa, both opponents and supporters of a bill known by different groups as a Women's Bill of Rights and the LGBTQ Erasure Act spoke at a public hearing at the Capitol. Opponents of the measure say transgender Iowans are not looking to erase the struggles and experiences of women in the state. One transgender woman also testified that her transition has kept her alive. On the other hand, supporters of the bill say biological differences between males and females need to be acknowledged in state law. The bill has already passed through committee and it's eligible for debate on the House floor. However, that debate has not been scheduled yet. Meanwhile, another Iowa bill would allow teachers to be armed. That passed through a House subcommittee. The bill would require teachers who want to carry in school to first take a professional training course with the Department of Public Safety. However, school officials who support the measure are worried about insurance companies blocking districts from implementing the law if it passes. A number of rural school district superintendents and school board officials attended yesterday's meeting. They urged lawmakers to support the bill.
Regardless, I'm going to be running towards the fire, right? All I ask is that I can, go back to my family, or I actually have the chance to go back to my family because I would be prepared enough, because that's what we do when we create plans is we prepare.
However, not everyone is in support of the measure. One opponent said, "There's an important demographic that has not been involved enough in the conversation up to this point."
And second of all, I would really urge you, I oppose this bill completely. More firearms in a space do not make a space safer. And I think it is very telling that we are sitting around this table as only adults here, and we are not listening to the one young person who has come up here and voiced her opinion.
The bill heads to the committee level next. Well, now it's time to meet today's stray of the day. Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Huckleberry, a 2 to 3 year old male silver tabby cat. He was found with several friends on the 1900 block of West 15th Street. The rescue says he's missing half an ear after getting frostbite last month, but he's healed well. He's a super friendly cat who gets along well with people and other animals. Huckleberry is now available for adoption over at PetSmart.
And if you've lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. Well, poor Huckleberry having that frostbite damage, but looks like a great cat.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think we're going to have to deal with any big frostbite anytime soon. So that's definitely some good news. But we do have some snow chances on the way. Your Stormcast shows that we see some clearing to the east this morning, but those clouds filter in for everybody. By the afternoon hours, you could see a few rain showers once again dotting the stormcast. Even could see an isolated thunderstorm where you see that yellow and orange color on your screen. That moves out into the evening hours, and we see a little bit of clearing briefly, but those clouds move right back in for your Wednesday morning for Valentine's Day. So if you have plans, I would suggest doing so in the morning hours. That rain and snow chance up to the north will start to increase for us as we head into Wednesday evening. Could see an isolated thunderstorm to the south and snow more likely to the north. And we'll continue to watch this track for you as we get more details. But then Thursday night system, we see more snow start to arrive, and this one will likely be all snow for most of us. Could see some heavy snow at times in that dark blue you see on your screen, so we're watching that very carefully, expecting a very dicey Friday morning commute. Then looking at those snowfall totals, they have gone down a little bit, but could still see an inch or two up to the north. Most of that is going to stay near and north of US 20. Your 9-on-9 forecast now showing those highs going to be generally in the 40s the next couple of days, but warmer to the south tomorrow, cooler to the north. Not looking like a great Valentine's Day. And then we see those highs only in the upper 20s for Friday. We do warm up more spring-like after that, though. Highs near 50 again by Wednesday the 21st.
All right, well, now we turn to sports, where we have more hoops action to keep the week going, plus the announcement of our latest Sports Zone Girls Basketball Player of the Week. Anthony Mitchell has those details right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. Postseason play is upon us for Iowa High School boys basketball, starting off in Class 1A, kicking off last night's action with Galen Catholic hosting Boyden Hull. Comets lead the all-time series 2-1. They're looking for their first win against the Jays since 2013. Galen up in the first quarter. Gabe Wilgen tacking on a couple more points. Jays up 19-11. Boyden Hull bouncing back. Carter Klein-Wolterink finding Nathan Van Otterloo in the corner. Senior Kansas 3. 2016, they trail after the first quarter. Comets looking for more. Carson Arns with the emphatic block. Big play from the sophomore. Shortly after Klein-Wolterink, Euro step, throws it up, somehow goes in. I don't want to face him in horse. Comets take control 61-56. Boyden Hull will face Remsen St. Mary's in the next round on Thursday at 7 p.m. Moving over to South Dakota, the Vermilion Tanagers girls basketball team looking to crack the rankings in Class A. They made the trip to Lenox in search of another victory. Former Sports Zone Girls Basketball Player of the Week Taylor Rubers and company on the road at Lenox. 1 minute of the game, Tanagers holding the early lead. They swing it over to Brooklyn Voss for the step-back three. Visitors score the first 5 points of the contest, approaching the midway point of the quarter now. Vermilion looking to extend the lead. They dial up another one from long range. At the Rubers this time hits it. Tanagers, they lead 10-2, but the Orioles fighting their way right back into it. Hard-fought basket goes on to make it 12-8, but the Tanagers take away the road win. Your final score, 51-40 Vermilion. This week's Sports Zone Girls Basketball Player of the Week stepped up in the biggest moment, helping our Game of the Week last week exceed the expectations as the Blue Jays of Guardian Angel Central Catholic came away with a big win. This week's winner, Kelsey Steffen. The Blue Jays senior led GACC with 22 points. That included 3 huge free throws with just seconds remaining to force overtime, as you can see right here, leading the Blue Jays to defeat top-ranked and previously unbeaten Pender 62-55. Steffen and the Blue Jays, they improved their record to 17-2 on the season, picking up its biggest win of the season in a full-team effort led by their senior Steffen, who shined and came through in the clutch for GACC.
Not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous, but my team kind of had my back. They all said, "You can do it. You're the only one who can. You got it in the bag." So I'm like, "Okay, I got this."
She does all the little things for us. She's a workhorse on the team. You know, the way she rebounds, the way she gets after it, you know, during practice, and I couldn't ask for a better leader out in the court.
Up next for Stephen and the Blue Jays, they'll begin its playoff trek as the #1 seed in the Class D1-4 bracket, hosting Omaha Christian Academy tonight at 6 p.m. And that'll be all for sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Well, now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. Organizational changes are moving forward for Sioux City's emergency medical services. This comes after City Council gave their stamp of approval. Council members voted unanimously last night to give the fire chief the power to fill vacant EMT, lead paramedic, and other paramedic positions with firefighter positions as current job holders retire or move on to other positions. They also signed off on deleting 3 EMS medical technicians and 8 paramedic positions. Those will be replaced with 11 firefighter positions. Sioux City Fire Rescue Chief Tom Everett says the changes are meant to help alleviate hiring and turnover issues.
So what this does is it's going to bring us to full staffing, and it's also going to just maintain that for us for some time. So having a little bit smaller EMS division is going to allow us to slow the hiring process there, and hopefully that way we can get good lists of people who want that job.
In response to concerns introduced at a previous council meeting, the number of paramedics in firefighter positions will be capped at 15. Well, meanwhile, council members also voted unanimously to invite proposals for the sale of land in the Donner Park urban renewal area. The 2 parcels of land in question are near the Sioux Gateway Airport. The property currently contains some rental housing units and a vacant World War II-era chapel. Once proposals are received, a hearing date will be set for reviewing them. Sioux City Mayor Bob Scott says he wants to ensure the proposals made will be able to make good on their plans before a sale goes through.
If somebody comes in and says, I'm going to do all these great things and I've got this grandiose plan, I'm all for it. But show me the financing, because as you know, we've taken land back that we've sold to people that didn't do what they said they were going to do, and I don't want to get into that.
Hotel and convenience store developers have previously looked at the property, but none have ever followed through with a land purchase. And finally, the spending deadline for ESSER pandemic-era relief funds is coming up next January. The Sioux City Community School District received a total of $59.4 million through that program. At this time, $2.2 million have not been allocated. The district has roughly $8 million in their account. The bulk of that will be used for teacher salaries in the upcoming school year and HVAC updates at 3 high schools. Board President Jan George says the district will be ready by the time the deadline comes around.
We want to make sure that we're well ahead of the game so that we don't have to do some big cuts. In this way, I think our strategic planning that the staff and the administration and leadership team, along with Patty Blankenship, I think we're ahead of the game. We're ahead of the most districts are, I think.
Although the spending deadline is next January, the remaining funds must be allocated by September. Well, one last look in the forecast. Maybe not the best weather these next few days.
No, we could be seeing some snow on the way for tomorrow, but if you were watching earlier, I mentioned the track was very important. It looks like it's going to be slightly warmer than the last model runs that were shown, so that's definitely good news. That limits how much snow we're going to see, but I will have detailed updates for you over the next few days. 48 for that high today and dropping down to 28 tonight with some more patchy fog on the way. That sunset at 5:55, and then we see those highs back in the upper 20s on Friday.
Not looking forward to those snow conditions.
Nope.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back at 11:30.